Good morning, Facebookers. Nice to see you. It's Thursday, what's the date today? The 5th of October. Holy cow. October is going fast. Anyway, this is It's also Thursday. What did I say? I said Thursday. My husband said I said Tuesday. Okay, so anyway, it's Thursday the 5th. Hi, Susan. Thank you for watching. I'm doing the Inspire. Nice of you to watch. James D. Collins is watching and Christian Dayanan is watching. When you join, put a comment in and let us know where you're watching from and what kind of day you're having, and so I can reply and we can all share in our experience together. So today on the 30-day Inspire Profit Network video challenge, I'm supposed to be talking about what I'm afraid of. They gave the example, Inspire Profit Network gave the example of spiders. So a lot of people are afraid of spiders. I'm not necessarily afraid of spiders or lions or tigers or bears or snakes or anything like that. I'm not going to go out of my way. For sure, I'm not going to go out of my way to encounter those things. And if I am going to be in an area where something is dangerous to my health or life, then I'm definitely going to be taking precautions and controls to make sure that I don't get hurt by any wild creatures, including spiders. And certainly if a spider or a rat or a snake were to crawl on me unexpectedly, I would scream like a baby and run away and try to swat it off me. So those are fears, yes, but to me they are just instinctual fears. They are, it's your body's way of giving you adrenaline and endorphins so you can fight or so you can fly. So fear is just energy as far as I'm concerned. I've been in high places, like up on the CN Tower and up on the edge of a cliff and things like that. In fact, I used to live on the edge of a cliff on Lake Erie. Backyard, down to the lake, and I used to climb up and down that cliff with my cousin almost daily. So the heights don't really scare me, as long as the risk is controlled, right? So as long as, you know, like I would try bungee jumping or tower climbs or things like that. As long as I was safely harnessed in, I wouldn't be afraid. And as long as I'm working with professionals and experts who know how to do the climb and stuff and can keep me safe, then I would try it. I wouldn't let fear stop me from it. There are some things that I truly do fear, though, but they have very little to do with the normal things that people might be afraid of. So things that I'm afraid of include, will I have enough time? Will I have enough time in my life to do all the things that I want to do with my career, with my family, with my own personal development, with my own personal wants and desires? Will I have enough time? So being fearful of the end of life is, again, a natural thing, and I don't let it stop me from doing what I'm doing. But sometimes I get that little seed inside of me that, oh, what if I don't have enough time to leave the legacy for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren that I want to leave? So that sometimes gets me all a little bit, overwhelmed, and sometimes, thinking that there's so many more things I could be doing. So that's somewhat of a fear for me. Another thing that I fear is maybe not knowing enough. So, if I'm going to do a presentation with a friend, or I'm going to do a presentation in front of a crowd, or I'm going to talk to somebody about something new, I do get that slight pinch, that slight pang of fear when I'm about to encounter something new that maybe I don't know enough, or maybe I don't know all the right information that they're looking for, or I might not be able to answer the questions that they have. So my fears are more about myself than they are about external factors, like wild animals, or being in a high place, or being, in a dark place, or being crowded, or being claustrophobic or things like that. So just to, conclude that, in my mind, fear is only energy. And you're instinctually, you use that energy to fight or to fly. And that's the only reason when we feel fear, our heart starts pounding, we start sweating, our palms get sweaty, we feel the need to, either move away from what's happening or get right in there and tackle what's happening. So that's your fight or your flight. And it's all just energy given to you for self-preservation. That's what fight or flight is all about. So when I start to have those feelings, I recognize it as energy, and I use that energy to my advantage. So, and you can use that energy too to your advantage. You can use that heart racing, adrenaline pumping, endorphin filled energy to tackle your fear and get over your fear, and use that energy to focus on your thoughts and your ideas and analyze them a little bit and kind of understand whether or not your fear is valid. Like, yes, when you're standing on the edge of the cliff, there is a valid fear that, oh my God, I could fall and be killed from falling from this height. That's a valid fear. But let's analyze a little bit the likelihood of something like that happening. You're not going to throw yourself off the edge of the cliff. I suppose there is the risk that somebody could push you off the edge of the cliff, but depending on who you've surrounded yourself with, the likelihood of somebody pushing you is very slim to none, unless, they have some sort of hatred for you. You could trip and fall over the edge of the cliff, but as long as you're, watching your footing and being careful about where you put your feet down, then that's not going to happen. So although it's a valid fear, the real risk of anything happening is very small. So I'd like to encourage all of you to tell me in the comment box, if you're there, tell me in the comment box the things that you're afraid of. And let's have a little chat and spend a little bit of time analyzing kind of what you're afraid of and how you can get over that fear and move past it, to energize yourself and conquer something new or conquer something that you were previously afraid of. I want you all to have a Thinky Thursday and think about those things that you're afraid of, and think about maybe how those things are stopping you from moving forward in your life. And instead of letting them stop you from moving forward, let's figure out a way to use that energy to propel you forward, right past your fear, right past the things that scare you. Because fear it's just energy, and you can use it to your advantage. Felicity says that snakes and heights really scare her, that she's afraid of snakes and heights. Okay, Felicity, well, the snakes around here that you might encounter in your everyday life can't hurt you. They could bite you, but they're not venomous or anything. And it's very unlikely that you're going to encounter a snake or trap a snake in a way that it would bite you anyway. And then if you do want to experience snakes, bigger snakes like boas and pythons and things like that, you can go to a controlled environment like a zoo or animal sanctuary where a handler can show you snakes and let you interact with the snakes and show you that it's safe. And heights is, like, a lot of people are afraid of heights. A lot of people are afraid of heights. And some people don't know that they're afraid of heights until they get up there at that height, and then they realize, oh God, this is really scary. But heights are another thing. The only heights that you can encounter in your life are usually very controlled. Like, you can go up the CN Tower and it's perfectly safe and controlled. There's no way you're going to fall from there. Susan has a fear, Susan has a fear too. She's mentioned that being abandoned is a fear of hers. Well, that's a very valid fear, Susan. I wouldn't want to be abandoned either. But let's analyze that a little bit. Are you doing things to people in your life that would cause them to abandon you? Are you giving love to the people in your life that you want to stick around with you and that you want by your side? Because if you're giving love to them, then it's very likely that they're giving love to you, and they would never try to abandon you. However, if you are surrounded by people who are, not supportive of you, and who, might leave you or abandon you, then yeah, that fear is very valid. But I can tell you that, if you surround yourself with people that are supportive of you and that take care of you and that truly have love for you, they will stick by your side. I have been by my husband and he left me homeless. Well, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate, Susan. But it's also a lesson for you that maybe your husband wasn't the right person for you. And, he obviously, it's about him. It's a reflection on him. He wasn't happy. It wasn't that you were worthy of abandoning. It's that he wasn't happy and needed to find something more in his life. And maybe he couldn't do it. Maybe he felt guilt that, he couldn't do that while dragging you down into it as well. So, it might be a blessing in disguise. And so that's really unfortunate, Susan. But we can talk about that more offline so that, we can work through this fear and work through this trouble that you're having. So I'm going to do some shout outs to the people that are watching live today. I really, truly appreciate everybody watching my videos and hanging out with me on Facebook. I've enjoyed over 300 views on every one of my videos. And that makes me really excited because it means that people are hearing what I'm saying, and hopefully they're able to take some little tidbits of information, and maybe it helps them to improve their life. So I really, really, really appreciate it. Feel free to share my videos and comment on my videos and share them with your friends. Share them with people who you think might want to hear the messages that I'm putting out there. And I'm going to give some shout outs to the people that are watching live. So Danny Ortiz is watching. Yorkshire boy Richard is watching all the way from the UK. Susan Day is watching. Lorenzo Victoria is watching. Michael Unk is watching. Russell Warren Kukla is watching. Woody Juno is watching. As I said earlier, Felicity is watching. Dimitrios Santorini Lascos is watching. Dan Lyles is watching. Krista Fredericks is watching. Tabiel Shergill is watching. Mark Callipy, Quincy McCallum, Tabiel Shergill, Jill Marie Potroikas Snyder, Ryan Newman, my husband, is watching, and Richard McCusker is watching. So I thank you very much for watching live, everybody. Also Sean Matthews and Arif Akram watching live. I really appreciate you guys watching live. Feel free to share my videos, comment on them, get in my inbox, ask me questions. This has been Inspire Profit Network 30-Day Video Challenge, Day 12. What are you afraid of? And if you're not afraid of anything, like me, then that means you're ready to step forward and level up in your life. So let's do that together. I'm really excited to have done this video, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Happy Thursday.